You might not believe what I am about to say, but it is the truth and I am going to back it up. A lot of men are underestimating how attractive they are. And in this video, I'm sharing with you 7 signs that you are a highly attractive man, maybe just an oblivious one. And look, it's not your fault, it's cultural. In reality, men and women often weight attraction cues differently when it comes to male attractiveness. In other words, we don't see male attractiveness and female attractiveness in the same way. Typically, we see men grading themselves on things like height, abs, jawline, the size of their bank account. And we assume that that is the whole story of what makes them attractive to women. But we see it time and time again that when women are actually asked, their answers are a lot different. A lot of women openly share attraction to a way wider range of bodies than men assume. I'm talking dad bods, softer builds, smaller frames, strong veiny forearms, all of it. But still, most guys are convinced that they're not attractive enough simply because they don't look like one specific archetype that they have in mind. On top of that, many of us were raised to believe that having a high opinion of yourself makes you an egotistical asshole. But having a low opinion of yourself also makes you an egotistical asshole. It also makes you miserable. And honestly, it's just as self-centered. But Caitlin, you don't get it, all right? You're not out here in these streets. I am an ugly man. I understand that I cannot speak for all people's experiences here, but I hope that in this video I can give you a broader range of attractive possibility that extends beyond what you've thought it was in the past. Not to mention that you get to keep 100% of the beliefs that you are willing to defend. I can't get into your head and yank them out of there. But I do encourage you to think that just because you believe it doesn't mean it's true. I coach a lot of men who come to me thinking that they are invisible to women. And part of our work together is removing the filter that they are looking through. Like this filter. The filter that blocks them from seeing how much attention they're already getting, how much attraction is already headed their way. And once that shifts, they start noticing things everywhere, the signs that they had been looking for all along. In my book, Harder, Better, Longer, Stronger, I actually walk you through an exercise that will help you to name, notice, and change some of these beliefs, but you'll have to get the book to check that out. For right now though, stick around until the end. You're gonna see that attractiveness is buildable, and I will tell you how. Number 1 is all about an indication that you are interesting. So even if you're not classically, symmetrical in the face, or you don't have like Cupid's bow and big eyes or whatever it is that you think women are looking for, are women indicating to you that they find you interesting? And they're doing that by looking at you with lingering eye contact and giving you a double take. Most of us assume that if someone is looking at us, it is an indication that something is wrong. Something is in my teeth or my fly is down. But the truth is that if someone holds eye contact with you for a beat longer than normal, if they do a look away and then look back again, if they walk past you and then do a double take, that's not automatically judgment. That's often attraction, and it's attraction that is signaling interest. Psychologically, eye contact is one of the strongest interest cues that we've got. We look longer at things that we find interesting, and even longer at things that we find appealing. That's just part of being a human. So if that happens to you, trust that it's not random. It's because you are giving off something compelling enough to draw attention. And when that attention is warm and followed up with other cues of interest, that is how you know that you are attracting the person who's looking at you. Number 2, proximity and mirroring. Recently, I was out with a friend and he and this woman kept making eye contact with each other, but he wasn't convinced that she was interested. Now, from my perspective, I felt very clear that she was interested. She looked like she was trying to keep her eyes on him, angling towards him, kind of like matching the way that he was standing and holding his drink. And she wasn't doing any of that consciously, by the way. But he hadn't noticed any of that because in his head, he decided he's not someone that women are interested in or that they orbit around, right? Like he's telling himself this story, women don't find me interesting, they don't hit on me. That is when I decided to intervene and share with him that women are not always going to be bold and direct. Sometimes they are just signaling and creating opportunity. So it's not random that she's standing next to you. It's not random that she's joining your little circle and ending up in conversation with your friends. It's not an accident. Often it is an invitation, again, especially if it's paired with other signs. Then if she is mirroring, this happens unconsciously, but she will copy your posture and your gestures and your stance and the level and volume and pace of your speaking. Humans unconsciously mirror people that we feel drawn to or that we feel connected with. This is actually how we build connection without like specifically saying it. This is how rapport is often built as well. So if you notice women doing that to you, you are attracting them. Number 3, you have in-person riz. Let me let you in on another secret. One thing that I hear my female friends say all the time about guys that they are dating online is like, he was way hotter in person. This obviously says a lot about online dating. And one of the things that it says, unfortunately, is that looks do matter, especially when you are dating online. Looks matter a lot. Your ability to take good pictures and have quality pictures of you posted on the internet matter a lot. But a lot of women are actually willing to overlook the pictures because they're curious to see how you actually are in person, your presence, how you move, how you speak, how you hold yourself, how you carry on a conversation, like is your voice sexy even? And this is what people today call riz, all right? I've coached a lot of men who thought that they were unattractive, especially because they weren't getting a lot of interest online. But when they are in person and they build up the confidence in order to be themselves and relax and really just lead in interactions naturally, they get a lot more interest from women. Being better in person is actually a huge flex. It is a sign of social and sexual attractiveness. It means that your impact carries beyond just a still photo. I mean, if you take 100 photos of any person, you're gonna get one that looks pretty good. But it takes a lot to actually be quote unquote hotter in person. And that is the kind of attraction that I hope that you will carry with you. Number 4, men either respect you or compete with you. Take women out of the equation altogether. The cool thing about this is that men are really good indicators of another man's attractiveness. And I'm talking about heterosexual men. If heterosexual men look to you for your opinion, if they pause when you speak, if they adopt your style, your interests, your humor, your mannerisms, they respect you. That means that they think that you're worth emulating. And on the flip side, if certain guys immediately try to like one up you, talk over you, or put you down, they're treating you as competition. That's because men are tuned to status. And if you trigger respect or competition in either direction, you are registering with other men. If men have a strong reaction to you, positive or negative, then you are doing something right, and women also will notice. Number 5, people open up to you and remember details. People tend to open up more around the folks that they feel drawn to. Sometimes it's flirting, sometimes it's just comfort, sometimes it's a version of like, I don't know why, but I just trust you. When someone finds you compelling, they pay closer attention to what you said and they remember details about you, and they'll open up and share more details about themselves as well. You might think it just means that they're being a good listener or they're a safe friend, but if people remember things about you, especially stuff that you said to them, say like weeks or months ago, it is a sign that they are drawn to you enough, that they are investing brain space emotionally and mentally to remember things about you. If they remember small details, or if they open up quickly, or if they share personal things without much prompting, that is because your presence has made them feel safe. They feel seen, or they feel captivated, or they feel like they're paying a lot of attention to you when you speak, and all of that is a sign that you are attractive. Number 6, women want to be your friend. You might read this as you're being friend zoned. So let me make a distinction here. The truth is that a lot of people get warmer and more engaged around someone that they find appealing, especially if they feel safe. Friendly might mean that she is engaging to see if she wants to maybe get to know you romantically, but it might also mean that she wants to be your friend. Here's the thing about that. Having female friends is not a bad thing. Having a female friend is going to open up more opportunities to meet women that you might not have had without the female friend, right? Because women hang out with other women and women suss men out for each other. We're not all interested in the same things. She might not be attracted to you, but she might know a friend who is your type or is into you and you are her type. Don't think that because women are befriending you that means that they're not attracted to you. Now, that individual woman may not want to have any sort of romantic or sexual relationship with you, but she still wants to have you in her circle. She still thinks that you are interesting enough to keep around, to have some kind of a relationship with. Now, I'm not talking about a relationship in which she's like using you for something. Like you mentioned that you have some contacts at this company, and so she becomes friends with you because she wants to get in on that company. Like that's not what I'm saying. Or she just needs you to come over and like get her honeydew list complete or something. Like, so don't at me at the comments. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that like if women want to befriend you and they want you around and they want you to come to their gatherings and their dinner parties and they get excited when they see you, that means that you are attractive, at least as a platonic friend, and that does not mean nothing. In fact, it means that you're a desirable man to hang out with. Take that and run with that. Take that as a green light. Let that boost your self-image and your self-confidence, and realize that having more female friends in your life makes your life better. And number 7, physical contact finds you. Does physical touch happen to you? Like, people brush your arm, women touch your shoulder, they give you long hugs, they want to like wrap their arm around you when they're walking with you. Touch is a massive sign of attraction and social magnetism. People don't go to touch people who repel them or who they feel are dangerous. We naturally reach out to the things that are attractive to us, the things that draw us in. But it is important to recognize with this and with every other note on here that just one indication of interest doesn't mean that you should assume that there is sexual interest and intent. Get a collection of these going. Like, yes, touch, but touch when it is accompanied by conversation, eye contact, proximity. She's getting closer to you. She's asking you things. She's like clearly drawing you in with her mirroring. She's giving you all these indications. If you've got all of those, then go ahead and escalate, or at least speak like, hey, it seems like you're interested in me. Would you like to take this further? If you're not getting all of those, then don't escalate. Stay grounded. Find a way to have a verbal communication around if she is interested, or let her even make the next move. If she is interested enough in you, she will definitely do everything that she can to give you all of the subtle signs here, but all of the subtle signs to give you the indication that she is interested. And remember, if you're not sure, just ask, okay? Of course, this is just a general guide. If you didn't see yourself in all of these signs, it doesn't mean that you're unattractive. It might just mean that your self-perception is limiting your ability to see how others experience you. It might also be that just working on a few of these skills, bringing down some of your barriers, your walls, the things that make you a little like prickly out in the world, may make a huge difference in allowing people to see you, to experience you, and to feel the magnetism that you have naturally. Now, I've had plenty of clients who had to work to bring down the obstacles to their attractiveness and build up the skills that, allowed people to feel more drawn to them. I mean, remember that women are drawn to confidence, presence, energy, how you make us feel. It explains why all of these unconventionally attractive guys end up landing these incredibly beautiful women. Attractiveness, like real attractiveness, is something that you can create within yourself. So I want to leave you with this. Attraction starts with awareness. Most men were not taught how to read social cues, how to feel confident in their bodies, how to show up with the kind of presence that women are drawn to. And that is why I'm hosting a totally free virtual half-day summit called From Pressure to Power. The summit is for men who are ready to reclaim confidence and connection. It's free. It's live. It's hosted by me. I've got 5 professional expert speakers on just this subject, and it's happening January 17th. In the summit, we're going to break down how to see yourself clearly instead of through a distorted lens, how to build presence, confidence, and magnetism, how to show up in dating and relationships with clarity instead of self-doubt, and how to become the kind of man who naturally draws women in. If you want to actually feel these in your life, not just think about them intellectually, please join us. Registration is completely free, and the link is below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I'm Caitlin B, and I'll see you here later. Bye.